Hey everyone. So today I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about the case of the ESPN correspondent who was suspended last week for abusing the cashier of the towing company. For those of you who may have missed it, ESPN correspondent Britt McHenry had her car towed and in her anger proceeded to heap abuse on the hapless cashier of the towing company. The video of her abuse went viral and ESPN suspended her a week for her actions. Part of the reason I'm talking about it today is I just watched an edition of The Young Turks, the political show on YouTube, in which one of the commentators gave a very full-throated defense of Britt McHenry. His position was, towing companies are all evil, they're all corrupt, so any amount of anger, abuse, venom that we want to throw at them, it's all legitimate given who they are as businesses. But I think he's completely missed the point. If Britt McHenry, in her anger, had said something to the effect of, "My car was legally parked, you illegitimately towed my car, you're ripping me off, you're thieves, let me speak to somebody in authority, I want to talk to your boss, this is an outrage, I'm going to sue." If she had kept it on the level of what she thought was the misconduct of the towing company, that would have been perfectly fine with me, even if she had thrown out 20 F-bombs in the process. I would have found that perfectly acceptable. But she chose to go in a completely different direction. She decided to beat up on the cashier behind the window. And she did it in a way that was classist, elitist, and arguably racist. Now you say racist, you mean the cashier was black? No, Britt Henry is white, and almost certainly the cashier, though she's never seen in the video, almost certainly she's white. And I say that because all of the insults that were dealt her by McHenry fell under the heading of poor white stereotypes. McHenry criticized her teeth, said she must live in a trailer, called her a dropout, said she didn't have a brain, and for good measure told her she was overweight. She basically trotted out every poor white stereotype short of incest in her exchange with the cashier. McHenry's overall message to the woman was, "You're trailer trash and I'm not." So for me that's completely unacceptable, and it's on a par with folks who berate the waitress for bringing back their steak and it's not medium rare, or people who scream at the pizza delivery guy for being 5 minutes late. If you want to get angry at big people. Don't get angry at little people. That's the message here. Now, having said that, I also want to make a comment on the Twitter reaction to this. There are calls on Twitter for her to lose her job, hashtag fire Britt McHenry, and as always, this is a completely disproportionate reaction in the Twitterverse. Yes, she did something bad. Yes, she subjected herself to ridicule and disgrace, one might say. But it's not as if she's done this 10 times. Everybody's entitled to lose their mind, go on a rant without putting their job at risk. So I think ESPN got it completely right in this case. They suspended her for a week, basically sent the message that this sort of conduct is unacceptable from our employees, particularly when those employees are referring to themselves in the incident as a television personality. But, this isn't a firing offense. One would have to do something far worse or do this multiple times for it to be a firing offense. It seems like we don't burn people at the stake anymore. We don't hang people. What we do is assassinate them through Twitter. And I think that's what has happened in this case. For me, it's a reflection of how much free-floating anger there is out there in the world, both on the part of Britt McHenry in this case and the Twitterverse that is reacting to her. Now, for me, one of the ironies of this case is that this all happened in the Washington, D.C. area. I live in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm a big sports fan. I'm a big ESPN watcher. And yet, I've never heard of Britt McHenry. I'd never heard of her. I wouldn't know Britt McHenry if I tripped over her on the street. I had to do some serious Googling just to find out who she was. Now, that's neither here nor there in terms of the issues I'm raising, but it's just sort of an interesting afterthought. So let's hope that Britt McHenry cleans up her act and goes on and has a successful career in which I actually hear about her in a positive context and not in a situation like this. And let's hope that the towing company, if it's as bad as some have suggested, gets the amount of scrutiny that it deserves. But at the end of the day, all we can say about this case is that Britt McHenry has given us another memorable cultural catchphrase that is destined for a t-shirt. We already have hands up, don't shoot. We have that's a clown question, bro. And in her parting shot to the cashier, Britt McHenry has left us with the memorable phrase, lose some weight, baby girl. Oh man, I'm Jeff Rowan. Thanks for watching.